We still don't have a king, but we do have Donald J. crapping on American cities, at least an AI version, and the Top Gun guy is mad about fighter jets dropping something other than bombs. This is 10 Minutes of Truth.
You're listening to Barrett and Baxa. Real stories, raw takes, and the slow, strange death of traditional media.
Millions of Americans took to the streets to protest the current administration and its policies. This was President Trump's response.
Normally, you'd hear the Kenny Loggins song Danger Zone from Top Gun over this video, but we can't play it because of copyright restrictions.
The AI-generated video features President Trump in a crown, flying a fighter jet emblazoned with King Trump on its side. The president then appears to dump raw sewage on protesters.
So first of all, Bob, Kenny Loggins is pissed about the poop.
This is so funny because, dude, Kenny, can I talk to you for a second? Kenny, your song is glorifying fighter jets, okay? So it's like, I imagine some, like, record producer, like movie producers coming to Kenny and being like, Kenny, can we use your song to glorify a $9 billion killing machine that only exists to kill human beings? And Kenny's like, yeah, of course. That sounds like a great use of my song. Perfect. And then a little bit later, Kenny, can we use your song in a cartoon that shows Donald Trump pooping on liberals? No, that's divisive. How dare you? That's not what my song Danger Zone is all about. My song is for bombs on people, not fake poop bombs on liberals. How dare you?
I think it's ridiculous, that video, that obviously he didn't create the video. Somebody out there in AI world created the video. He didn't create it. He just reposted it. And I think it's stupid. I think it's juvenile that he would repost something like
Trump is juvenile at this point. Like, seriously, at this point, it's 10 years later. And like, Bob Jordan was complaining about this thing. Like, you just have
As he should be. In my opinion, he absolutely should be. It's ridiculous, and we don't want our president doing that.
But he's going to do it.
I don't.
Just accept that Trump is Trump. We can't change him. He's 80 years old. He's not changing.
Listen, this is the reason that I can't wait until we have a Vance-Rubio administration.
J.D. Vance, yeah.
Like,
but
it can't come soon enough. So another element of this whole No Kings protest, of course, you can expect that you're going to get that many people out on the street. What's going to happen? The right-wing trolls are going to go out there and they're going to pester you about what it is exactly that you're protesting. You could Google 1,000 of them, but I just wanted to play at least one good one. I think this is a good one right here.
And what's the main reason you're out here protesting President Trump?
I agree with a lot of the decisions that are being made.
Is there any decision in particular you disagree with?
So I would start with, well, I don't even think it's appropriate for me to have this interview.
Isn't that always their answer? That they get to a point where they know that they don't have anything to say. They don't have an answer to that question. So their only answer is, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
I don't want to talk to you. We've seen it on other ones where they say, why are you here? Because I hate Trump. Okay, what do you hate about him? I hate everything about him.
Another big issue for the left is that they're standing behind this 7 million people figure.
Yes, totally
which
fake.
Is questionable to say the least.
Right. What happened was some news organization in the beginning, like right after the rally, some news organization called up the No Kings, home base or whatever, the No Kings organization. And they were like, hey, how many people did you guys have nationwide? And they were like, oh, we had like 7 or 8 million. And the news station said, do you have any proof of that? And they said, no, absolutely not. We completely made that number up because we like the way it sounds. And
because it's bigger than 5, which is what we said the last time.
Right.
That's why
the news station was like, wow, we like the cut of your jib. That number sounds perfect to us.
Organizers say more than 7 million people gathered at nearly 3,000 events across the country over the weekend.
Organizers say nearly 7 million people took to the streets.
Organizers say more than 7 million people took part across all 50 states.
This new wave of No Kings rallies, as they're called, boasted nearly 7 million attendees across 50 states.
Wait,
Yeah.
show me
just-
proof
it's-
that it was 7 million. It was not 7 million.
It's become fact. And in
Right.
fact, when you Google something, so you get this AI version of
Right,
the
I
Googling,
like
right? It's
that,
the
yeah.
AI overview, they call it. And I want to
Yes.
read you the AI overview
Of this claim?
Basically, I
Okay.
said, how was the number 7 million for the No Kings protest determined? And here's what
Okay.
the AI overview says. It says the estimate of nearly 7 million people at the October 2025 No Kings protests was reported by the movement's organizers, not a neutral third party. Independent
Hello.
journalists and crowd counting experts have presented significantly lower numbers.
On Twitter, someone asked Grok, and Grok said it was 650,000, which is significantly lower. I mean, it just cracks me up. All of a sudden, crowd size matters. Remember when Trump was doing his rallies, and of course, Trump would say we had 100,000 people, and every news channel would go on the air and be like, he's obsessed with crowd size. He has some mental issue. Why does he care about crowd size? And now, all of a sudden, we care about crowd size. It's quite remarkable the way the left can do a complete 180 on things.
And according to this Newsweek article, Illinois had estimates that per capita, one in every 51 people attended a gathering. I mean, that's
Nice.
ridiculous. 1 in 51 people. So
That did not
that
happen.
would shut down the
Yes.
world. Like there would be no Uber drivers. McDonald's would
No.
have to close. People wouldn't
Correct.
be showing up to work.
Yeah, that sounds like a fake made up statistic. And it was so, it's allegedly peaceful, very peaceful. So we're going to talk about that in a second. Was it all that peaceful?
Well, let's start talking about it now with this woman, Lucy Martinez. We'll show you a
Right.
picture of her. She's the one that puts a gun up to her neck a couple of times as somebody drives by. And of course, these people are egging her on and they're trolling her as they drive by. And apparently the school, she's a school teacher, elementary school teacher, oddly enough, at Nathan Hale Elementary School in the Chicago area. And apparently, and I looked at this, they have had to shut down their website for the school.
And by the way, it's
because they've gotten
important.
so much backlash.
Correct. It's important that the car had a Charlie Kirk flag. So that is relevant because if it was just some random car, you could say, I don't know what she's doing. But when you have a Charlie Kirk flag and then the person starts putting their finger gun on their neck and going bang, bang, bang. Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck. I think everyone understands that was mocking Charlie Kirk's death.
Obviously, if you get 7 million people together, they're not all going to be violent, but there were definitely some signs of people with violent tendencies, like
No
this
doubt.
woman. And then also this guy who is also being doxxed, and it looks like maybe he's possibly going to lose his job, whatever his job is, but I've seen him doxxed all over. Let's take a listen to this.
We gotta grab a gun. We gotta turn around the guns on this fascist system. These ICE agents gotta get shot and wiped out.
The fact of the matter is these are sworn federal law enforcement officers, and you are not allowed to go out in public and call for direct violence against them, which this guy clearly did. So knowing Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and how they operate, this guy's getting a visit from the FBI very soon. If he hasn't by the time this airs, he may have already gotten that.
And there are other people calling for Don Lemon to get a visit from the FBI
Matt
also
Walsh
because
said that,
he didn't say it in the streets screaming like a madman. He just said it openly on a podcast. And let me let you listen to that.
Now, I won't say this because that'll get me in trouble, but maybe I'll say it. All right, I'll just say it. I think that these are the times that the Second Amendment was written for.
Damn.
And when you have a government, a tyrannical government that is taking over the streets and not abiding by the Constitution, that's the whole idea what the Second Amendment was meant for, was written for. So I say, perhaps people who are having to deal with this, the least of these, the citizens who are being scooped up, the American citizens who are being scooped up, perhaps they need to really figure out what the Second Amendment is really about and go out and do it legally and purchase some things, because you never know when someone's going to come to your house and knock on the door and try to take you away.
When federal law enforcement comes to your door, no, Don, you should not grab your gun and point your gun at law enforcement. That's how
that's
you
the
get
way you
shot.
die.
That's how you die. when law enforcement sees a gun in your hand, you die, Don.
Right.
So that's terrible advice.
Can we at least agree that the poop video was gross, if anything?
No, I like it. I refuse to agree. I am liking the poop video. I want more poop videos, please.
All right.
And
You and Greg Gutfeld would get along just fine.
yes,
he seems
we
to
could
be
use,
obsessed with poop
what's
as
the
well.
other? This time we'll use, and you gotta cut loose, a foot loose, and it'll be footloose. So it'll be a different Kenny Loggins song that he can get mad about. And the foot loose will be dropping the poop on the dancers. And then Kenny Loggins can yell about that. That's my
either that
plan.
or on the choir, the rapid response choir.
Right. There you go.
All right,
Perfect.
that's it for this 10 minutes of truth.
Well, that's it for this episode of Barrett and Baxa. Like, subscribe, and do all that other stuff podcasts want you to do.